Hey guys, it's Hades here and welcome back to another Redstone tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing off Redstone clocks and also how to use tripwire hooks. Two very important things when you're making a Redstone project. Well, mainly the Redstone timings part of it, but the tripwire hooks are useful as well if you like to make little traps. And we're going to get into that very soon. I just wanted to showcase this little circuit first. And this is another version of the T flip-flop. The same things we had over here. So here was my favourite design right there. And here was the piston way of doing it. And over here is the redstone block way of doing it. And it's kind of only one high, so who knows, it might be useful for one of you, so I thought I'd showcase it off. Basically walk over this, and it goes down, stays down, you walk over it again, bam, it goes up and stays up. So that's the T flip-flop side of it. And you can just pause it right here if you want to rebuild it. There's the block for your input. 1 piston, 2 piston, 3 pistons. Then you just chuck a couple redstone blocks there and you're done. And that's your output that'll be coming off this block. See, when I stand on it, that block gets pulled in. And that's why it doesn't turn on. So yeah, just another quick little circuit I thought I'd show you before moving on to the tripwire hooks. Let's go ahead and show you the very basics. And that's it. So you put 2 tripwire hooks down and then you use string to join it up. And you place the string just by clicking on the block almost. See, I can just put it down here and you can just tell the texture if you look really closely. And you can even stack it on top of each other. See, now there's one just floating in the air here. And I can jump and put another one there, so it's 3 high. You can put it in people's face to confuse them. Or another common thing that this tripwire, well, it's not really, it's just string, but it is the tripwire in this particular case. What people use it for is in front of their enchanting tables if they want to block off some of the bookshelves without making it look bad. You can put this here because it counts as a block, but really it's invisible. And why does it keep raining here? Change it back to clear real quick. And so yeah, when you step on this, it activates redstone coming out of these blocks. Now I'm going to show you how to actually put this into use and hook it up to a circuit. So right here, I did the basic design that I showed you in a previous episode, so I'm not going to rebuild that for you, but there you go, there's your door design. We're going to chuck our tripwire hooks and just put it along the ground here. Now when we step on it, as you can see, the door opens and closes. And you may be looking at it and being like, why do we want the door to be open all the time? We want it to be closed. And if you remember in a couple episodes ago, I actually covered this. Let's see if I can find the example here. But yeah, right here. The reversing circuit. And you were probably thinking at the time, why would I ever want to reverse something? But here, that's exactly why. This little circuit. And we're going to rebuild that over here because that's what we need to do. We need to reverse this circuit. That's pretty much exactly what it means. So we can do it by, let's actually do it here. We'll extend it out a bit. There we go. We put a torch there. Now the circuit is officially reversed. So just ignore that little 1 clock there. See, now that side's reversed. We can do the exact same thing over here. Chuck the torch there. And how this works is the torch literally reverses it. Because if there's an on signal coming into here, it'll turn the torch off. So basically, wherever you put a torch on a block with the in between your circuits, so if we wanted to reverse it again, we'll just put another block in here and another torch. But we only want to reverse it once, because now, as you can see, the door is closed. And you can pretend this is all done up like this. Let's make it look nice so you guys actually understand what's going on here and how you can actually use this in your builds. So that'll be your doorway, and you can run through like this. The door opens, and bam. As you can see, that was... I'm on... what do you call it? I'm on single player, so I have no lag. So when I run through this, the door pretty much closes right on my face. But when you're on a multiplayer server, that is perfect. Like, this is the perfect timing. If you're playing on single player, you might want to bring it in one. So we could have put the tripwires there and there. And that would have made it a bit more easier to run through so it wouldn't close on your face. But the reason why I did it this way is because I'm used to doing it for multiplayer servers, where you have to have it back here, or even further back, because of the ping lag. From when you walk over it, it doesn't open till like a quarter of a second later. So that's why I did that. And that's how you adjust it, just moving it back and forward depending on how much lag you have on the server. Alrighty, straight on to the next thing. This is extremely important, and it's another one of those things where you're probably looking at it going, what am I ever going to use that for? And the truth is, this is more of an advanced circuit, but you will see me using it in future episodes, so I had to show you it here. And this is what I like to call a 3 clock, or a 3 tick clock, because it's got 3 torches. That's how I add that up. And if you want to make a 4 tick clock, you'll just extend this even further by just continuing the circuit. So you just have that feeding into another torch and bringing it around like this, just like that. And we actually have to break it, put it back together here. What's going on here? I think we need to add another one. So we'll just add another one in here real quick to get this working. There we go. So it's working again. And that is the 5 clock one. Because you can't actually have even numbers. My brain froze there for a second. But yeah, you can't have even numbers with this type of clock. Because it works by, when this one's powered, it turns this one off. When this one's powered, it turns that one off. And it keeps going in a rotate thing. So I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that this is used for in a basic circuit. But in advanced circuits, which you'll see in the future, is exactly this. It's for doing things in sequence. So I want this to activate, then this one, then that one, in like a certain order. And so that one would activate, then this one, then this one. And as you can see, it's kind of, this one's on like the turn here. So it's a bad example, but that's basically what it's used for. Doing things in sequence, like music, for example. If you wanted to put note blocks here and play a certain song. Or if you wanted to open doors in order, or if you wanted to open things for a short amount of time to give people clues for like an adventure map. Things like that. And yeah, so let's just get rid of this one because that's the bad example here. We'll get rid of the tripwire hooks because we're done with that. Let's actually extend this out again. So that was a 5 clock. And if we go ahead and do it again, so we got to do this, got to do that, bring it around again. There we go. So now that's hooked up again. And we can bring this one out now so I can show you what the timings are. Alright. See, these two seem to go on at about the same time, then those two go on at about the same time. So it is a bit tricky to work out how you're going to implement this to an actual build. And that's why I said it's a bit more advanced than the other ones. But anyway, you needed to know it. So there's the basic 3 clock if you want a 3 clock delay or 3 tick delay. Then the 5, then the 7, and you just keep going like that with the odd numbers. And that's a really old-fashioned way of doing it. But it's really simple. So you guys could understand it. That's why I wanted to do it. So you could really understand, because you can bring the output out from anywhere. So this output right here will light up every 7 ticks, because this is a 7 tick delay. Is it a 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, this is a 7 tick delay. There might actually be 2 circuits going around here. Let's break it for a second. And just see why that one shouldn't be lit up. Yeah, so why is that one off, on, off, on, off, on? Yeah, alright. So as you can see there, this one will light up every 7 ticks, and that's just... Okay, I'm going to stop talking about that, because I'm actually not 100% sure why that has 2 on at the same time. Let's do a quick check on that, because I actually didn't look into this previously before doing this episode, because I actually don't do that, and I don't use this technique. I use the technique that I'm going to show you in a second. Let's just set up a quick 3 clock here, or a 3 tick delay, so I can just see if the timing only stays in one place at once. So that should be lit up. Then this one, then that one. Let's have a look at that. Yeah. So as you can see, that is working perfectly. It goes that one, this one, that one, and it's going in a 3 tick delay. So this one seems to be working perfectly, and this one seems to be a bit off. Probably when you go higher than a 3 tick delay, it probably starts introducing more signals. But this is the only one I've ever used, so I'm just going to stick to what I know. The 3 tick delay right here is extremely useful. You can bring the output off any of the torches, and it'll work great. But for you guys who aren't going to be using those advanced techniques later on, you probably just want to know something cool. You just want You just want to abuse the feature, don't you? So right here we have a 1 tick delay clock. You just put a sticky piston on top of a block, jam a redstone thing like this. Look at it glitching out here, punching people in the face. And that is pretty much a 1 tick delay, or close to a 1 tick delay. It's not officially a 1 tick delay, because most redstone people tend to go off torches being 1 tick. And that's kind of what I explained here. And this is kind of going off the pistons timings, which are meant to be the same, but they're not really, as you'll see in a second. Because this one right here is what I would call a 1 tick delay, because it lights up this side of the repeaters, goes through the 1 tick in the repeater, and then lights up this side and flashes back and forth on a 1 tick delay. So this is the official documentation meaning of 1 tick delay right here. We can showcase that by jamming that there. I'm going to turn this one off because it's annoying me. We can just watch this one for a while, and I'll actually show you how to make this, because it is extremely useful, and I would suggest you all do this if you want a really fast delay. And once again, some of you are probably going, why do we need to do this? Don't worry, as always, I will show you. So, how to make this. This is probably a dodgy way of doing it, but you need an on signal going into a block, because then when we place down this torch, it'll light up for exactly 1 tick. One single tick. So it'll only have time to light up half of this circuit, see? See how it was on, so it had time to light half of this circuit and get it started? But then it turned off because it was powered at the back. Because seeing as this is powered at the back, it turned off this thing after exactly 1 tick. So that's how we managed to set up this circuit here. And then you can delete the input, so how you got it powered. Now that it's powered, it's just repeating back and forth, and you can just bring it off however you want, hook it up to pistons. So I love this circuit, and I'm going to go show you something I prepared over here, which is going to be covered in future episodes. So I'm not going to get into it too much, but I did want to showcase what you can use these delays for. Even if you don't want to use this type of delay and make an advanced circuit, you can always just start TNTing some kids. So I'm not going to explain how to set this up, but I'll go quickly over it. So there's the 1 tick delay feeding into the repeater, which will power this block when the block is there. So that's what this thing's for. It's going to go out like this, see? So when the block is here, then this will power it, and it'll shoot whatever's in this dispenser. And at the moment there's 31 arrows. So when I flick this signal's getting put into this, and then it's activating the dispenser and shooting out arrows. So that'll be good for a PvP trap if you want to totally annihilate someone. And yeah, I can just go ahead and turn it off whenever I want, and that turns off the signal. But now what you've all been waiting for, and what some of you probably would have noticed, is I have some TNT in my inventory. And I just thought I'd showcase this little build of mine. I have showed this off in a previous video, but I've added some adjustments to it, as you can see, and in future videos I'm going to be showing how to build it and how to add on to this as well. So basically what I've got is a bunch of dispensers with TNT in it, redstone across the top. This button activates this redstone, which activates all those dispensers at once. And of course this was the button that activates this clock feeding into this one. So what you want to do, just go ahead and click that, and I'm going to stand here and show you what it does. Bam! It shoots you off just like that. So you can make like TNT jumping cannons. Ready? Let's go. Oh, see that? That's extremely useful for adventure maps. So I've seen people do that before. But what we're going to use it for is TNT. Let's load this up. Come on, let's go full blast here. Let's not fuck around. Alright. So what do you want to do? So you want to click this button, click this, and that dispenses TNT like crazy. You stop it. Bam! It just annihilates everything in front of it. Because this one's dispensing so much TNT per second, you can just keep launching it. And then stop it. Bam! TNT everywhere. And you can just keep clicking it like this, and just keep doing it. So if you're playing on a PvP... Oh, no! Get out of here! No! Okay, that was fun. That's why you got to turn this one off. That's why I had an off switch there. Oh well, that was fun anyway. I just wanted to show you a quick use for these clocks. So those of you who do play PvP servers like mine, you can see that in the description if you want to come join. Test out these TNT cannons. because I have a raiding server where that is allowed, and you're allowed to totally annihilate someone's base. And yeah, if that was my base right here, I wouldn't be too happy, to be perfectly honest. I'd be pretty pissed off if my base was right here and some guy built that TNT cannon. I would be shitting myself, because it totally annihilates everything. It does cost you a fair bit of TNT though, so that's a downside to it. I think that's pretty much it for this episode, but make sure to post in the comments if you want me to cover TNT cannons in the next episode and other TNT type methods, and that'll be pretty fun. But I want to make sure you guys are up for that, because it will pretty much take up a whole episode if I am going to do that. So make sure to post in the comments if you want my next tutorial to be on Redstone TNT cannons. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.